Happening, everybody? Boy, oh boy, I hope you're feeling great tonight, or maybe this afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. It's me, yours truly, comedian Mike Marino, and welcome to another edition of Live from My Mother's Basement. And I am happy to tell you on this fantastic, whacked out number date, 02 22 2022, I'm really in the basement hanging with you guys tonight. No special guest. It's about me and you guys. We're going to bullshit. We're going to chit chat. We're going to have a little fun. It's Taco Tuesdays. I got two tacos. I got 2022. And what did we see in the news today? On this special day, people actually got married. Yes, could you imagine having that on your marriage certificate? 2/22/22. That's the day you got married. And not only was it the day that you got married, there's also people out there who celebrated the day that their kids were born today. There was a lot of kids born today, 2/22/22, and they were talking in the news how somebody was actually born at 2:22 p.m. So if you were lucky enough to get married at 2/22/2022 at 2:22, you got a lot of twos in your life. So if I were you, I'd go to the 7-Eleven and pick out a number 2/22/22. That sounds like something to me. I was actually born on February 2nd. So my birthday was 02/02/2022 this year. And when the clock struck 2/22, I made a birthday wish. And that wish came true because here I am in the basement with you. You folks here on Instagram, we're going to chat all with you. And you folks here on Facebook Live. While I'm talking right now, ladies and gentlemen, how many people actually saw? Oh, wow. There's a lot of people writing in. Thank you so much. I'm glad you all can hear me. I hope I look okay. Hey, I got new glasses. These are my reading glasses, and I went to my favorite place, the Walmart, and I got progressives. Yup, they're the same. But these have distance and reading. When you read with these type of glasses, people can look up your nose because you got to go like this. That should be funny. If there were people in this basement right now, it would have gotten a laugh. I was talking to my producer today. You guys all know my producer, Tatiana Blue Shell, who always makes this a fantastic broadcast. She told me today on your show, you should have tacos. It's Taco Tuesday. Have two tacos for 2/22/22. And that's exactly what I have. 2/22/22, two tacos. And I will let you know this. This is the first time I ordered ever on Uber Eats. I never knew how to do it. In fact, I did it and I bought some tacos for me and a friend. And I don't know why it cost me $40, but I probably fucked up the whole thing. Too low FPS, action needed. All right, how about I just fucking delete it? I am so not tech savvy. I don't know how many people out there are. All I know how to do is hit the on button and then start doing the show. You know I'm right, podcast. Watching the show right now, I can't take your call because we're live and it will affect my laptop screening over here. So let's just chat a little bit and then I'll take some questions from everybody who's writing into the show right now. I'm so happy that I'm doing this. I don't know how many episodes I've done, but I believe it's like 225 episodes. A lot of these episodes were done on cruise ships in the middle of the ocean, sometimes on land after I got off the cruise ship, which is really cool to show everybody what it looks like in different parts of the country, from the Bahamas to St. Martin, St. Kitts, St. whatever. St. whatever. It's right off the coast of over there. It's a very nice island. Not that many people know about it. That's fucking hilarious. Come on, man. I don't even know how I make this shit up. This hat over here says kabish. This hat over here says forget about it. So if you don't kabish, just forget about it. That is hilarious. I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I do it. All right. But anyhow, oh, so This is episode 223. Holy crap, I was off by 2 episodes. Did you guys see that? My producer Tatiana is writing in right now and she goes, it's episode 223. And I said 225. So I'm very, very lucky. I'm blessed. I told you people, Tatiana, thank you so much. She's always right there. She makes this show so fantastic. We're having a lot of fun doing it. And like she said, 223. It's the 223rd episode. It's actually, I can't lie. She's the one that made me go get the tacos. That is hilarious. You know what you should do today? Go get 2 tacos. It's Taco Tuesday. 222, 2022. Get 2 tacos. And I got 2 tacos. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. There was 3 of them. I already ate one. I'm gonna eat these on the show in just a little bit. But let's have some fun. I saw some crazy stuff going on in the news, and I like to talk about the news because, well, it's a talk show, and we're supposed to, anyway, talk about what's current. And since I don't have a guest on the show today, I thought it would be a lot of fun. So I saw in the news. Let me read my notes. There was a lot of sad shit in the news. That's for damn sure. But they were saying that there were so many couples who ran to Las Vegas today, specifically to get married by an Elvis impersonator. It's actually something that I wanted to do. I thought about doing that. If I was ever going to get married, why go through the whole rigmarole of having a big wedding? Why not go to a wedding chapel in Las Vegas? You pay a couple $100 and you're married within seconds. And nowadays you can actually have the wedding on the internet. So you can invite all your relatives and they can watch your wedding via Zoom, and then you can get an Elvis. So then you got to decide, if you get an Elvis, what Elvis do you get? Do you get the little one, the young one, the skinny one, or do you get the fat one when he was just about to do drugs and die? I actually would prefer to get the heavy one because I think he's funnier and he's, fat and jolly. So I thought about that. And I know there's so many wedding chapels right off the strip that are fantastic. If I ever get married, somebody's saying I would elope. Oh, and that's coming from Renata Zula. It's a friend of a friend. If I ever get married, I will elope because I don't know if I'm going to be doing the right thing. So I'm going to elope it. So a lot of people were having the weddings out there, and I don't know if a lot of people out there in Vegas were doing the Taco Tuesday, but I am. And then we talked about the newborn. I think one of the craziest things I saw in the news today is there was a crime inside a church. A crime committed inside a church, and a woman, a senior citizen, was actually inside the church sitting in a pew praying, and some woman came over to her and said she would like to pray with her. So they closed their eyes, they held hands, and while she was praying, another person went up behind the old lady and robbed her pocketbook. She actually stuck her hand in her pocketbook and took her wallet, and it had all her credit cards in it. So later on, when the lady realized that she was robbed, they ran back the videotape, and the pastor or the priest of the church said, "This is what happened." Now, of course, they're going to try to find this woman, or 2 women who committed the crime. There was 2 women who committed the crime, but they spent already $7,000 on this woman's credit card. That is the ultimate crime. It is disgusting because you're doing it in a church, a place of peace, a place of forgiveness, a place of some type of joy. And how do you even rob a senior citizen anyway? I was in the post office this afternoon. I went to go mail out a shirt because somebody out there decided to buy Mike Marino swag, like the shirts that say "Make America Italian Again." While I was waiting in line, they know me here at this post office, and the fact the guy always says, "Hey, Mikey," calls me Mikey, and I like that. Makes me feel like I'm a regular town guy. Mikey. So I was standing there waiting, and the lady in front of me was taking a long time because she asked the man behind the counter, could he tape her card up that she was mailing? So he taped it up, and then she said, could you put some staples in it? And he put some staples in it. And then she said to him, you don't think anybody's going to open this, do you? And he said, no. And she looked very like, old and maybe homeless. And she said, how much? And he said, well, it's $1.25 or something like that. And she said, okay, do you mind if I cut you a check? So she was going to write this poor guy a check. And he said, I don't mind taking a check, but I'm going to have to see your driver's license. And I'm like, oh no. This poor lady's not going to have any form of identification. She's not going to have a driver's license. So he said, I suggest you pay cash. And all of a sudden, now there's 3, 4 people behind me. The line is building up. And she goes into a pocket and she's looking for some change. Now you know what I did. How could you not? I went to the guy like this. I got it. Well, he just said, it's okay, miss, you can go. It's on me. And she goes, oh, well, can I get a book of stamps? And I'm like, hey, what happened here? What happened here? So I got her some stamps and we paid her bill. Anyway, so that was my act of kindness, which I don't mind at all. I'd have did that again. The thing that really stinks is here's an act of kindness and it's fun and it's joyful. I'm going to get blessed somewhere, somehow. I'm blessed all the time. It just makes you feel like, why would somebody rob the other person the way that they did? And it was caught on camera. And if you watch this, you'll see they're actually kneeling and praying in the pew. She's holding the lady's hands, praying while she's being robbed. She knows the person's behind her robbing her while she's saying, oh, Hail Mary, who art in heaven. I mean, come on. Did you pay? Yes, I did pay. I would also have done that. All right, yeah, I gave someone $10 for gas today. Oh, did you? That's nice. All right, well, I'm going to take in some questions and I'm going to chat with somebody, and we'll take it out that way. Now, also in the news, there's this guy they call the Tinder Swindler. You guys see this? The Tinder Swindler. So I guess this was this guy who was on Tinder and he was dating some girls, and I guess he robbed them somehow. Now, I don't know how he was robbing them, but supposedly these girls were giving him money. But I don't see why they would give this guy money. He didn't look innocent at all. He looked like he's maybe 32 years old and he knows what's going on in his world. So that's what happened there. And they busted him. They put him all over the internet. Yes, it's on Netflix. You can watch this. His name is Simon. And now they have a GoFundMe account and they're making their money back. So I don't know. I've never been on Tinder. I've never been on a dating site. I haven't done any of that because I just feel at my level and in my career that's not something that I can do because I'm a little bit quiet about my personal life. I think if you're in show business and you're in the public light, you should keep your personal life quiet so that you don't get in trouble any which way in the world. I try so hard to keep my personal life private, even though I do certain things on the internet like that. So I never did the whole dating application. That's all I need to do is to go out on a date with somebody who decides to come on my podcast show and destroy me. So that's not going to happen. But I just can't believe people get swindled like that. Because they also had an episode on Dr. Phil, And there was this woman, and she was 70 years old, and she gave some guy that she never met $700,000. And the kids, of course, are sick to their stomach because they're thinking, well, that's mommy's money, and she blew it on some guy she's never going to meet. And then what does Dr. Phil do? He finds out exactly who the person is and what country they're in, and they blow the whistle on the guy, but the lady can't get her money back. So that's some really nasty shit. So, hey, the moral to the story on 2/22/22, make sure if you go on one of these dating applications, you do the right thing and make sure you have an older brother or an Uncle Michael who will knock somebody out if they act like assholes in the world. That's just the way I see it. Oh, yeah, here's another one that we got to talk about. I want to bite my taco right now because I'm getting really, really hungry. So hold on a second. I got these tacos. I already had one. And I got them Uber Eats. Do you have two cannolis? No, I got two tacos. And I got them at Chipotle. And I got an Uber Eats. I really think I spent way too much money on these tacos, but I can't wait another moment. Taco, Chipotle. It's got Chipotle sauce on it. Score. So damn good. Hold on a minute. I'm not drinking tonight. Paul's Deli, Tarpon Springs. Sounds great. How you doing, buddy? Oh, hey. Holy shit. I was at your place. I remember. Told you. How you doing, Paul? I guess eating while you're trying to talk is not a good idea. That's my family. Remember when you hung around with your family and everybody took a bite of something and they didn't wait and they spit their food all over you? So in the news, Sammy, how long? Folks, a couple of weeks ago, I was performing at Snappers Comedy Club in Palm Harbor, Florida. I was staying in this hotel and I took a walk. All of a sudden, I see a sign that says Deli, Paul's Deli. I believe it said Paul's Deli. And I went in there and it was the best. Seriously, I went in there with my friend Rocco from Jersey City, New Jersey. Let me see if I can't rewind just a little bit right here. Paul's Deli, Sammy Halon. Yes, I went into Paul's Deli in Tarpon Springs, Florida, and I was shocked to have some of the greatest deli food. I had a big, big turkey sandwich. My friend Rocco had, I think, a cheesesteak sandwich. They had meatball sandwiches. They had paninis. They had it all. If you're in that area and you like that type of a deli, I mean, he had it going on, this guy. So, Paul, thank you very much. I love your family. I love your shop. I love you. Thank you so much. It was fantastic. So, that was really, really great. One more thing in the news, and let's talk to some friends, all right? Supposedly, I hope I got this right, a teacher in Louisiana somehow, this is disgusting, put semen in cupcakes. And the kids ate it. I don't even know how you do that, why you do that, and how do you know the kids actually ate it? But the lady got sentenced to 41 years in prison. I think the lady should get sentenced to go on television and eat cupcakes with semen in it from a bunch of strangers who have COVID. Speaking of COVID, I went to go get a COVID check. And the lady said to me, you come in here a lot. And I says, yes, I come every Monday because I get a COVID check to make sure that I don't have COVID so that I have a guest on the show. They won't get it from me and vice versa. We always check the guests on the show. Hopefully we won't have to do that too much anymore, but we always do what we're supposed to do so that nobody gets hurt and we don't get sued. So when I went in there, she said to me, "Your blood pressure's high. Are you on any kind of blood thinners?" And I'm like, "No." And she goes, "Well, it's really high." She goes, "Why don't you take off your jacket and I'll do it on the other arm?" And I said, "Yeah, well, I'm really nervous because I'm going on a big tour. We start tomorrow." I said I was really, really nervous. So she puts it on the other arm and it went down a little bit. But you know, I actually have from my producer, Tatiana, a blood pressure kit. You check your own blood pressure. I've never done it. I haven't taken it out of this thing. But I think checking yourself every other day is a good idea. And I told a lot of people that a few weeks back I was going to see my doctor in California to make sure that I don't have any problems in my blood. And so far, so good. My cholesterol's good. My PSA is good. The finger in the ass test was absolutely fantastic, deliciously fun, and everything is cool over there. And last but not least, I want to chat about the fact that you got Putin scaring the shit out of everybody. Did you people know that Vladimir Putin is 5'5"? What does that tell you? You think he got a Napoleon complex? He's 5'5". Maybe he's a bully. And they were showing how he has this lifestyle that he keeps secret, like 007. Sometimes you watch the news and you say, wow, this is all just like the movies. Because I was saying to myself, it does seem like 007. So why don't we find James Bond and have James Bond go whack Vladimir Putin? Or have me and my friends go whack Vladimir Putin. I would love to do something like that. And then I don't come back to the United States because I can't, like Michael in The Godfather, and I have to live in Russia. But they let me run the country. And we just have like these big parties all the time. And I find a way to get rid of winter. Do you see these tanks? Do you see the winter out there? No wonder why these people are so miserable. But anyway, we hope and pray that this is all going to get solved and we don't have to watch the craziness of what's going on in the wild, wild west of Russia. All right. Starting tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going on a big comedy tour. Tomorrow night, Joe Gorga from the hit reality show The Jersey Housewives. He's married to Melissa. He's the brother of Teresa. If you watch the show, it's out there. And it's fun. It's crazy. It's one of the biggest reality shows on television. The Real Housewives of New Jersey is probably the most famous one of the entire franchise of Housewives. So tomorrow night, Joe Gorga and I will be at the Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples, Florida. The next day, we're going to the world famous Improv in Tampa, Florida. The next day, we're going to Aventura Art Center, the Aventura Art Center, Florida. Saturday night, February 26th, I have the night off, and I'm going to go to a couple of different places to hang out in Florida. Maybe I'll go see my friend Olympia, who has a wonderful Italian restaurant called Zuccarelli's in West Palm Beach, Florida. Then on February 27th, Joe Gorga and I will be at the Raz Room in Boca Raton. There's still tickets on sale for these shows. They're probably going to sell out in the next 48 hours. So why don't you come down and have some fun? Some of the shows have special comedy guests, and you'll enjoy that. So come on down. The following week, I'm headed out to Arizona. From Arizona, I'm going to go back to California. From California, I'm on to Nashville, back to Florida, and then back to New Jersey. And luckily, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back on tour. Go to MikeMarino.net, grab yourself some tickets, come see a show. Whether I'm with Joe Gorga or a plethora of other great comedians, let's go down there and have some fun. All right. Now, let's have some questions. Just some questions for me. Zoom in. I'll try to answer them as fast as I possibly can, and I'll try not to eat these tacos while I'm talking to you. My friend Anthony Rena, who writes to me all the time, he watches my morning walk every morning around 8:30, 9 o'clock. Great friend, great fan. I'll see you in Tampa. 90 degrees. It's 90 degrees in Tampa, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to get there. I'll bring my bikini. I haven't heard you say number 4 in a long time. Buonasera, my friend Joe. You're right. I haven't said the sandwich number 4 in a long time because I was traveling and Johnny Salami from Hero Kings in Nutley, New Jersey, hasn't been down here because we've been practicing social distancing and doing this whole COVID-19 shit. So, you're right, Joe. Why don't I do that right now? If you're in Nutley, ladies and gentlemen, and you are hungry and you want a nice big fat Hero sandwich, go to Hero Kings in Nutley, New Jersey, and order the number 4 sandwich, which is the Mike Marino sandwich. It's Italian. It's gabagool, it's pressed ham, and it's provolone cheese, the number 4 at Hero Kings in Nutley, New Jersey. Thank you so much, Joe, for asking. There is my friend Ricky Pena watching the show. Lulu, Braha, how you doing? Anybody got a question for yours truly, me, comedian Mike Marino? I'll take a look at a question right now here on Facebook. Blood pressure machine. Yes, I got it. Cool, you're going to be around the world. Yes, thank you so much. These aren't questions, but thank you so much for your nice little shout outs. My dad does that. Thank you so much. Well, here comes a question from Lulu Braha. She says, how you doing? I'm doing great, Lulu. How you doing? Are you a pork roll or Taylor ham guy? Oh, here comes an argument. All right, this question comes in on Instagram from Fio Mike 4. Fio Mike 4. And he wants to know if I say pork roll or Taylor ham. This is fun. This is like the question gravy or sauce or gravy. I always said Taylor ham when we were younger because that's the brand that has the pork roll. So if you were to say pork roll, egg and cheese on a hard roll, that's exactly what it is. The brand name is Taylor. So Kleenex, Scott tissues. Scotty has tissues. Kleenex has tissues. It's not a Kleenex. Kleenex is the brand. There you go. So Lulu Braha says pork roll, and Theo Mike says 4. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, but great question. I got the answers. Give me another one. Next time you are near Clearwater, Florida, go to Rock Pizza and Subs. Great food. And the owner is a fellow Italian named Louis. So says my friend Nick Andretta. Thank you so much, Nick Andretta. You're kidding. Is there an Italian guy named Louis out there? How about an Angelo? You know, Angelo also can be Greek. Hi, Mike. Just got your birthday gift, and I'm going to be able to bring it to the improv. Oh, this is coming from Anthony Rena. Very small plastic bag. Sorry, I don't rap. Thank you very much. My friend Anthony Rena, really great guy. He's got this great sense of humor. And sometimes he watches some of my jokes and somehow he finds pieces of memorabilia that would deal with my joke and he gets them to me. It's hilarious. Thank you, Anthony. I'll bring a gift for you and we'll have a nice drink and we'll laugh a little bit. It's going to be a great show. So I look forward to seeing you Thursday night in Tampa. Thank you so much. Love to catch you when you're down here, but you know I got a busy schedule. Well, excuse me. This is a weird question, but it's not even a question. It's I'd love to catch you when you're down here, but oh, so you're in Florida, Lulu Braha. Well, we all have busy schedules, and I think it's great that you acknowledge what we're talking about. So why don't you go to my YouTube channel, and you don't even have to go out. You can watch some comedy, absolutely 100% free. All you have to do is hit subscribe and make me happy. And you get to watch a lot of funny stuff. The horror nerd joined. How you doing? It's nice to see you. Favorite Italian dessert. What's my favorite Italian dessert? Is that the question? Sprinkles or Jimmy's? Okay, I love this question. The question is coming from Jad Beach 54 on Instagram. So those of you who are just listening to this show on iTunes, Google, Spotify, Anchor, Italian American Radio out of New York City. For those of you who are just listening, the question I just got is, do I call it sprinkles or Jimmy's? And my answer to Jad Beach 54 on Instagram, who so graciously is asking this question, the answer is sprinkles. I never said Jimmy's. I never even heard the term Jimmy's till about maybe 10 years ago. I don't know. Maybe Jimmy's is a brand and Sprinkles is what it was or what it is. Here's my question to you guys. Vanilla soft ice cream with chocolate sprinkles or chocolate cone with rainbow sprinkles? Personally, I love the contrast, so I would do vanilla with chocolate sprinkles. But sometimes I would do vanilla with rainbow sprinkles. But here's another question for anybody. If you had an ice cream cone, soft ice cream, and it was the twist, you know, the one side that's a creamsicle, it's orange, and the other side that's the vanilla, would you put sprinkles on that or any topping on that? I say no. Leave it alone. You do not have a twist with anything on it but itself. That's just the way I feel about that. I'm glad everybody's laughing. Live me tickets. Live me tickets? Hi, Anthony. How you doing? All right. Well, I love when everybody says hello to each other. That's really cool. Think you will ever relocate to Florida permanently? I love New Jersey. I love the house that I grew up in. Right now, since I'm still really, really young and I have the ability to go out on tour around the world, I still have a place in Los Angeles. So maybe someday I'll own a piece of property in Florida and keep on touring. So who really knows? I really don't know. That question came in from a friend. His name is Theo Mike 4 on Instagram. For those of you who are listening to me on Spotify and your favorite podcast app. Do you guys know you can listen to this show forever on all the podcast applications like Spotify, Anchor, Google, iTunes. I'm also on Italian American Radio. Every time I do a podcast like this, I'm lucky enough to have it replay on all those podcast applications. Pick your favorite and you'll hear it. You can watch it all the time, forever, on Facebook. My fan page is Mike Marino Live. And also on YouTube channel, Mike Marino Live. It's there permanently, forever. My producer, Tatiana Bluchel, edits it, cuts it, makes it look nice and pretty, and adds it to all the social media platforms. You can ask me questions all the time. I have a little bit of a question and answer thing on my YouTube channel. It's called Hey Marino. Say, hey Marino, ask me the question, and I'll get back to you with the answer. You could also email me if you would like to be on my podcast. You want to come down here? You want to be on the show? Tell me why I should have you on the show. All you have to do is write to my producer, Tatiana Bluchel. Say, Tatiana, I think I'd like to be on Mike's show. And you write to Mike Marino Entertainment at gmail.com, and we'll let you know what we think. Maybe you'd like to come down here. I have a lot of great sponsors. Would you like to sponsor one of the shows? I have another email address for you, Mike Marino Live at gmail.com. Let me know what you got. We'll see if we can't make that happen. And if you want to be a fan, which I think all you guys are, I really appreciate that. Mike Marino Fans at gmail.com. So what other questions we got? Chocolate and chocolate. Nah, it's too much chocolate. Mike, did you have a Mr. Softy ice cream truck in your neighborhood growing up? Okay, so everybody who's listening out there on those podcast applications. This question comes in from Tommy underscore Tarantino underscore 57 on Instagram. In Jersey City, where I was born, yes, the Mr. Softy truck. It was the greatest. It really was. Come on, let's be honest. When you heard that truck playing that music and it came down that street, you city kids, there's really not that much to do. You played in a puddle in the summer. You played box ball, v-ball, stick ball, wiffle ball. There wasn't that much to do. There was no grass. There was no trees. So when Mr. Softy came down the street, you heard that music. Doodly loop de doop de doop de doop de doop de doop doodly loop de doop de doop de doop de doop de doo. Now I might not be doing that exactly right, but that's pretty close. And my mother, when we lived in the top of a building, she would take change and wrap it in a tissue like this and throw it out the window. And it would come flying down, hit the ground, and you went and got your Astro Pop. You got the little things that you ate like this. And sometimes you even got lemon ice. Remember lemon ice? Lemon ice! Oh, just the best. Tommy Tarantino, I hope I answered your question in a loving, caring way that made you think about what it was like to be a kid. Here comes another question. Coors Boardwalk Seaside. Oh, to get ice cream, yes. They're also down in, I used to play a place down on the Jersey Shore called the Casbah Comedy Club, and it was in Woodbridge? Not Woodbridge. Wildwood. And yes, that's when you saw Coors Boardwalk ice cream. How many people remember when you could actually get a soft serve cone like this and two sides of the swirl? Two. I mean, that was living large. And half of that went down your arm, down your elbow, and it hit your stomach. Oh, I could so go good. I can't even speak. I could so go for a slice of pizza down the Jersey Shore with a side of ice cream. Let's go, Facebook Live. Where's my questions over here? Wreck Up Night from Brooklyn. I don't know what that is. Nobody sells grape ice. Oh, remember grape ice? Let's go to Spumoni Gardens. I don't even remember what Spumoni Gardens. Wreck Up Night in from Brooklyn. Never hit my stomach. Went right to my toes. All right, Cal. Nice to see you, buddy. Cal Schwartz, ladies and gentlemen, for everybody who's out there listening on the podcast apps. One of the most incredible book writers, Cal Schwartz, got a lot of books out in stores, and he's also a great writer when it comes to doing publicity for a lot of different entertainers, like yours truly. Chocolate cone, rainbow sprinkles all the way. Well, yeah, I would say that. That's really great to still be there. Aventura. Lou Labraha, if you're in Aventura, come to the show. It's Friday night. We'd love to see you. Deep fried hot dogs or dirty water dogs? Here comes a question from my friend Joe. Joe, who helps out a great Italian restaurant in New Jersey called Buena Sera. It's not the one that's in Red Bank. It's in North Jersey. And he asked the question, fried hot dogs or dirty water dogs? And my answer is dirty water dogs at 100%. When I was going to college in New York City, every afternoon I would walk from my class to the subway and the subway onto the bus at the Port Authority. And you would get two dirty water dogs with soubrette onions. There were actually onions in sauce, but we would just call them red onions or cooked onions. We said cooked onions. Two dirty water dogs, cooked onions. I didn't have the mustard because I didn't want to fuck up the flavors. And a Yoo-hoo. How many people remember Yoo-hoo? That's eaten. And I think if you did it now, you'd probably get sick. Do you remember the dog was just $1? It was $1.75 for the Yoo-hoo. $2.75. You had your lunch on the street corner. Who's better than us? Man, we need to bring that back. I'm telling you, if I was the president, I'd tell people, look, we can't be spending this kind of money on this shit anymore. I'll lower the gas prices. All right. What about Dairy Queen dipped in chocolate? Okay, Nick Andretta. This question comes in on Facebook Live from our friend Nick Andretta, and he asked the question, what about Dairy Queen dipped in chocolate or strawberry? There used to be this chocolate dipping sauce that they would take your cone, and I would say vanilla and chocolate. I never had the strawberry. You would take the vanilla cone, and they would turn it upside down and dip it in this chocolate sauce, and the chocolate sauce got hard, like a shell, and then you bit it, and it cracked, and it just went right, oh, just the best. But that was a choice you had to make. If you think about it, you could not have the dip with sprinkles. Which one did you go with? I most of the time went with sprinkles. Then you got to ask yourself, who are you with? Are you on a date? If you're on a date, you don't get the sprinkles or the dip because it's going to make a mess and you're going to look like an asshole. But it would be nice if the girl got a vanilla cone and she got rainbow sprinkles, because then you could take your napkin and you go, baby, oh, you have some sprinkles in the corner of your mouth. Or if you were romantic like us Italian guys on the boardwalk back in the day when we were 16, what did you do? You kissed those sprinkles off her mouth. Mwah, mwah, and you took the sprinkles. How's that as a nice podcast for 2022? This is hilarious. I'm so glad I'm down here. I don't feel like I'm alone. I'm with you guys. We're having a great time, all right? So I would say chocolate. Let's see who else is out there asking some crazy questions. We're on Facebook Live. Mike is salivating. Sounds good, right, Mike? Okay, thank you very much. This is our friend Kat Patterson. She always writes the silliest things. I never even understand what you mean. Mike is salivating. Sounds good, right, Mike? I think you got to put in some abbreviations. I hope you're doing great. Always says she's going to come to the show and never comes to any. Okay, so here's some more questions on Instagram Live. So we're moving over to Instagram. Can we get tickets to your show in Long Beach Island this summer? That is one of my favorite questions. Ladies and gentlemen who are listening to me on all podcast applications, and you can't see the show, the question comes in from Theo Mike 4. He wants to know, can you get tickets for my performance in Long Beach Island this coming summer? And I'll let you know when that's going to be. August 7th. It's a ways away. August 7th, I will be at the Surflight Theater in Long Beach Island. Now, I love going down there, whether you call it Long Beach Island or Beach Haven. It's an island. It's beautiful. It's part of the Jersey Shore. It's part of great, great history. Last summer, we did it. We did it outdoors in a tent. The summer before, we did it outdoors. We did it in a tent. I'm hoping this summer we go back indoors because it's a beautiful theater. It dates back from the early 1900s. I think it's one of the oldest theaters in the state of New Jersey. So, yes, Theo Mike, thank you so much for asking that question. I really appreciate that. Oh, my God, Buenos Aires, I can't choose between the two. If no one saw Make America Italian Again episodes on YouTube, you need to. All right, that's coming in from my friend Joe, and he's suggesting that you all watch a web series. It's called Make America Italian Again Marino 2016, created by my producing partner, Tatiana Bluchel, and her husband, Cody Boson. And we made 18 episodes of what I think one of the funniest slapstick comedies about the mob ever. Go to YouTube, folks. My YouTube channel is Mike Marino Live. I guarantee you get a laugh. You can watch all the episodes of Live from My Mother's Basement, and you can watch the web series Make America Italian Again. and you'll get to see all the characters that I enjoy doing, and hopefully they make you laugh. Jeff, favorite Italian ice flavor? He asked the question, what is my favorite Italian ice flavor? That's a hard one. Chocolate was great. Okay? There was the flavor, drum roll, anybody? Yum Yum. Do you remember the ice flavor? Yum Yum. Then, of course, there was coconut, strawberry, and lemon ice. But there was Yum Yum. Look that up. Oh, yeah, Mr. Softy, West Hoboken, New Jersey. All right. Wow. Oh, man, I'm really late on all these questions. I love the kids delivering a pizza to you wise guys in the house. You'll wet your pants. I'll be there, making El Bay of Town again. Thank you so much for all these great questions. I'm sorry I can't get to everybody. Here's another question on Facebook Live. You remember me at Maestro. I ran the sound for you and the Laughter Lounge. Good friends with Bob Gonzo. Well, thank you very much, Nick. It's nice to see you, and thank you very much for participating on tonight's show and asking these questions. I'll be doing a show with Gonzo probably in the next couple of weeks. Why don't you come down? Bob Gonzo is one of the greatest managers on the planet, one of the nicest guys in the world. Linda K4 joined. It's nice to see you. Okay, and there's a podcast out there that you guys should tune into. I was lucky enough to be on the show. It's called You Know I'm Right. The two gentlemen who do this podcast are absolutely wonderful guys. They support everything I do, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much, Nick, and thank you guys from You Know I'm Right podcast. All right, so we've been bullshitting for 45 minutes, and I do got to get going. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Be nice to each other. Be kind to each other. See if we can find some joy in this world. I'm leaving tomorrow morning for one of the biggest comedy tours I've ever been on. And I thank you all for watching everything that I do. Remember, we're going to do a nice big shout out and a thank you to my producer, Tatiana Bluchel, for making every one of these episodes work and have fun and joy. Hope you guys got to see last Tuesday night's podcast with the legendary actor Joe Mantegna. He has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and he took time out of his busy day to come and be on my show. I'm going to be having a lot of A-listers come on the show. I reached out to my cousin Peter Lemongello. Hopefully he'll be on the show next Tuesday. I reached out to my friend Ian Ziering, who was on the TV show Beverly Hills 90210. I reached out to my friend Sean Kanan, who was in the third installment of The Karate Kid, and now he's on the TV series Cobra Kai. They're going to have a lot of great new sponsors, a lot of great new swag. I got new shirts coming out, new pants coming out, new colors. You're going to have a lot of fun. So please tune in, stay in touch, stay a friend, stay a fan, stay family, just by going to Mike Marino live on all social media. I got to say goodnight. I can't wait to go to Newark Airport tomorrow morning and deal with all the fun that we're going to be dealing with. So please stay in touch. Remember, let's make America Italian again, ladies and gentlemen. You know the motto. You don't know nothing, you don't see nothing, you don't say nothing. And how do I end every single one of my broadcasts? By always saying the same thing. Don't take no shit from nobody. You guys don't take no shit from nobody either. Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.